All right, first weekend of February. Got the boys. We're gonna do a little ice fishing. We're gonna try to catch some northerns today, and we're blah, blah, blah.
Yes!
Smoked it.
Oh my god!
Welcome back again, everybody. We're back with the Carnivore Initiative. Quick totals for you. This is episode 9. So, again, start of the diet was July 29th of 2024. This episode was filmed on the 28th of January, 2025, which means we're 183 days into the diet. Little recap on some quick things to note. I'm doing summaries only of different types of meat for each episode until the very end, which is July 29th of 2025. Then I will be doing a post-diet summary of all animals consumed, how many of every animal, and how many pounds of each animal. And all meat is from animals that I, my wife, or my kids have killed, except for the eggs that I eat with breakfast every morning. I eat nothing but meat. That's what a carnivore diet is. And I gotta tell you, it feels amazing. So let's go over some new totals quick. Eggs. Eggs are up to 487. Reptiles, iguanas, still at 1.5 pounds. Turkey, we are at 10.7 pounds of turkey. Fish, 50.1 pounds of fish I've eaten. And red meat, the big number, 292.6. Now red meat includes hogs, deer, and basically everything else you can imagine in that regard. But let's go fishing for pike and learn how to pickle them. Stay tuned. All right, first weekend of February. Got the boys out.
Hello.
We're gonna catch some fish. We're out on the Mississippi, just off the main channel and the cross. And we're gonna go out for some northern today with tip-ups. And we're gonna haul them in, and then at the end of the day, I'm gonna start a new batch of pickled pike and show you guys how to do that. I just started doing it myself, and it's way easier and simpler than I ever thought. I wish I'd have been doing this a long time ago. But we'll show you a simple way how it's done. But first we gotta catch some fish. We'll get to it.
They got one too.
Might have been
Should I just pull it? Okay.
it might have been the shiner. You gotta do it faster than that, Kane. You gotta do it all in one motion. Is it blinking red?
Yeah.
Is it holding still or spinning?
Should I just do it?
No, give it a second yet. See if it starts moving.
I'll tell you what I want. It's not spinning.
Yeah, no,
Remember, you gotta pull it up. Should I just try it?
not quite yet.
But when you do, you gotta go faster.
Yeah, see if he's on there.
Oh yeah,
Is it?
I think. There is one. Yeah, someone's fighting.
Here we go.
It's probably super small though.
Here we go. Bring it in. Yeah, we got ourselves our first pike. Working him good, Kane. Good job. Just stop him. Don't let him just keep going and going. You'll give him some resistance. You'll never get him in. There, he's real close.
Oh, I see him. Oh,
Was he big?
he's this big. Casually. He looks pretty fat.
Looks like he's snagged.
Makes some good pickled pike.
It looks like he's snagged.
Here we go, here we go. Bring him in, bring him in.
Oh, he's big. Oh, he's big.
There, you got it? You want me to help you, or?
I can.
Hands are cold here. There you go.
Here, Parker, use this. Keep that going. It's recording, just stay here.
You'll be able to see his head. When I saw his head, it was really big. Watch.
Yeah, there he is. Oh, he's decent. Yeah. Bring him in. He's got to get his head into that hole. Just be gentle with him right now. Get him to poke his head in. Oh.
Hurt my hand there.
Here, let's keep going. Go slow. Nice and slow. Real slow. Pull him that way. A little bit. That way. And careful. Slow. Slow. Up. Slowly up. Slowly up. There we go. That's a pickler. But it's a fat one too.
Yeah, I know that. I knew he was fat.
Alright. Hell yeah.
Snag! The snag!
Wasn't a crazy day fishing, but we got that one pike. So we're headed back, and we're going to show you the process of pickling. Alright, so we got our pike cleaned up. Got these fillets in an ice bath. Got them nice and firmed up. Some of that sliminess away from them. And so the first step for pickling, we're going to have to take these pike and we're going to cut these fillets into smaller chunks. When you eat pickled pike, a lot of times it's on a cracker or something like that. So I want these small chunks here. Get rid of him. So I'm just going to cube this up, get it into the strainer, and so we can move on to our next step. And there's one reason I've just all of a sudden this winter become particularly fond of pickling pike is it is the easiest way to clean them because they got all those bones, the Y bones in that. You can do the 5-cut or however else and carefully work around the bones to make them boneless, or you can just cut these fillets off, chop the bones up with them, and pickle them in a pickling salt and vinegar. It actually dissolves the bones away in it, so it makes a nice finished product. But get this finished up so we can get to the next step. All right, once you got your pike all cubed up, now I've got some small jars here because I like giving a lot of it to friends and that. But you take your cubed pike, fill your jars most of the way because you're going to want to leave room for when after the 5 days you're going to pull it out to put onions and whatever else and your actual seasoning in that in. But so we're going to add vinegar and salt to these, and then it just goes into the fridge and sits for 5 days before we can add the remaining ingredients. Distribute that a little more evenly. All right, then we take our vinegar. Now put enough in there to cover the fish so it's all submerged. And then salt, some people use a specific amount of salt, but what I keep hearing is that you really can't use too much because after 5 days, you take it out of the fridge and you rinse it off, do all your seasoning, and it rinses any excess salt away. So if you just pour a bunch in, you're gonna be fine. Make sure it's good and saturated. Say definitely more than is necessary, but does the trick. So you close up your jars, and now these go in the fridge for 5 days. And each day, you're gonna pull your jars out, give them a good shake, put them back in. Give them an excellent good shake. Just give them all a good shake, put them back in. You can flip them upside down and try to get to settle the other way, but as long as you shake it good, it's fine. To get them to break apart so they're not sticking together. And after 5 days, it should be good and firm. All right, so 5 days later, this is actually the next day because I have a different batch that I'm gonna do to do the recipe video. You're gonna pull your pike out of the fridge and it's gonna be nice and solid and white like this, nice and bleached. But set that aside because we gotta make the seasoning and vinegar mix that goes into the final step of the pickling process. So, and this is not an original recipe by any means. I just put my own little twist on it. It's a recipe I found somewhere else on the internet. That's just the one that I like. So not taking any credit for it, but just again to show you guys how easy this whole process really is, how anyone can do it. So first off, and you can double the batch depending on how many jars you have. I think one batch of this will be enough. We're gonna do 4 cups of vinegar. So 2, and 4, and here I've got 3 cups of sugar. I'm going to turn this on. So you want to get this warm. You don't get it boiling or anything, but warm enough to get that sugar dissolved into it. 3 cups of sugar, 4 cups of vinegar, and then per batch, half of these little containers of pickling spice. That'll go in there. A good shot of white Zinfandel. Now, this isn't the ideal one. I don't necessarily want to use one that's quite so fruity, but it's all I have to get an opportunity at for this recipe today. But so, 1 big shot of that. And then my little twist is I like stuff hot. So with the pike, you'll see that I'm going to chop up some onion and put a couple of jalapeno peppers in. And I get these famous Dave's Devil Spit pickles. I'm going to put some of those and the peppers in there into it. and also mix the juice from this jar into there. So I'm just going to strain it out, dump it in as I mix it up. So once you get all this mixed together, you get that all dissolved, and you're going to wait till it cools down. You might want to put it in the fridge overnight because you don't want to be pouring hot liquids on your fish. We're going to get this all mixed up, and then my next step is to dump out the jars from this batch of pickled pike, and I'm going to put it into a strainer, clean it off, get it rinsed off really good, and then when that is cool enough to add in, we'll go to the next step. Alright, so once our stuff is cooled down, we got the pickle juice added, that hot pickle juice. Got our fish out of those other pickling jars, all rinsed off nice and good. We got our sweet onion chopped up, got some of the peppers and the pickles out of the jar. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to try to layer it a little bit. We're going to put a little bit of fish in the bottom. I'm going to add one of those peppers, a couple of those pickles, and some onion. Stuff that down in. Fill it up most of the rest of the way. You can stuff it down in a little bit at this point too. And, oops. I'll put my jalapenos. Alright, just top it off. Whoops. With a couple of little jalapeno pieces. A couple more pike chunks. And then we're just going to scoop some of this in, making sure we get some pickling of those little spices in every jar. Top it off to where it's filled up and everything's covered. Careful not to get this all, make a mess with it because it is super sticky. And there we just put the cap on. I do that with all the jars obviously. And now this has to go back in the fridge for another 5 days. You have to let it sit to finish that pickling process. Doesn't hurt to, each day go in, flip the jar upside down, let some of those spices work their way to the other end of the jar. Just flip it upside down one day, flip it upside down the next day, and after 5 more days, you're good to go. It's going to look pretty much just like this after that 5 days. Not going to look any different, but it will be ready to eat then. So that's pike pickling. Super simple, easy. One of my new favorite things to do. I love handing out jars to people, so that's why I do all these little jars. But yeah, good times, easy enough. Thanks for tuning in.